Welcome to Banff National Park. I spent 4 days in the Canadian Rockies hiking, camping out, and exploring the town. In this video, I'll show you the best things to see and do in Banff National Park. I started the trip by taking an hour and 30-minute carpool ride from Calgary International Airport. I was well prepared with snacks, but nothing else, so I had to go get some camping equipment as soon as I arrived. We'll see you guys in the morning. I got no words. This place is absolutely stunning. So this is Moraine Lake, one of Canada's most beautiful lakes, one of the most beautiful lakes in the world. It's absolutely like perfect turquoise blue. You have the snow-capped mountains. It's unreal. It's like the most picturesque postcard you've ever seen. I've been wanting to come and do this hike and sit at this lake on this rock pile for a very long time, and it feels really good. It's super cold this morning. It was -2 when I woke up degrees. As cold, my fingertips are pretty cold. I've been keeping my hands in my pocket, talking pretty quietly because there's a lot of other people just trying to relax and take in the view right now. So after you take in the sunrise view on the rock pile, you then want to go check out the walk around the lake all the way. There's a little waterfall over there. And then after, I'm gonna go do the Larch Valley, which is just up there. So I was kind of running around filming and taking in this beautiful scenery and kicked my bag over and it got all dirty and it went rolling down this hill and almost got to the lake. It was just tumbling. Okay, so after about an hour or so of hiking on the Larch Valley Trail, we've come up to the first opening. It's beautiful. I've never seen larch season. They call it Larch Madness, and it's pretty madness out here. The blend here with the evergreen, with the larches, and then you got the jagged rocky peaks with the snow-capped mountains on a blue sky day, like, it doesn't get any better. I feel very privileged, blessed, and grateful to be living in such a beautiful country. So a hiker I passed by mentioned that these larches are a deciduous pine, not an evergreen, so they change color from a green to a crisp gold around September, October every year here in the Canadian Rockies. So I thought I was at Sentinel Pass, but now I have to go up all those switchbacks over the ridge and then back down and continue on. So almost there. It's gonna be a big 4 days. After a big day visiting Moraine Lake and the Larch Valley Trail, I headed back to the town of Banff. Lakes is just a short walk or hike outside of the town of Banff and a beautiful spot to watch a sunrise or sunset. So it's day 2 for me here in Banff, and I'm starting it out at this beautiful lake, Lake Minnewanka. It's just probably a 5-10 minute drive outside of the town of Banff. The nights have been very cold at the Tunnel Mountain campground. We're transitioning into winter here in Canada, so it got down to -2. So it was cold, but for $40 a night, you know, you can't beat it. Such a magical place. So a tip, if you come early to Lake Minnewanka or to Jack Lake, and you just walk along the road or even some of the paths, you can spot, bighorn sheep, mountain goats, elk, all kinds of wildlife if you're early. So far, I haven't seen any yet, but fingers crossed. I was a park ranger for BC Parks, British Columbia, and I did come across a lot of bears, mostly with a group. And tip number 1, never run. Never, ever, ever, ever run from a bear. You want to slowly back up. You want to make yourself big. If you're like, when I'm out mountain biking, if I ever came across one, I would put my bike up if I can. You want to make yourself big. That's number 1. You want to make noise. Even if you're walking, you want to talk it up, whistle, chat with your friends, just make noise. You don't want to startle a bear, especially a mama bear. Grizzly bears, however, do not make yourself look big. You want to just slowly back away, give as much space as possible. You want to talk to it. You don't want to make too much loud noise. And if it does charge at you, if the worst case scenario, you want to play dead. You don't want to fight a grizzly bear. A thing that my group, when I was park ranging, loved to do was just yell, "Hey bear, hey bear." Right in the town of Banff, the Big Bow River has many trails you can walk along and explore. So I got some pizza from Una Pizza that my driver recommended, and I came down to the Bow River, which is the big river that runs through Banff. I've come across a bunch of elk right across the river. Doesn't get any more Canadian than that. As you can see, it's like a Canadian breakfast. We got bacon, we got the maple syrup, of course, and sausage. I've never had maple syrup on pizza, but it's pretty good. If you're looking for a classic Canadian Rocky experience, I highly recommend renting a canoe and paddling down the Bow River. Being a big tourist town, the rental prices are on the pricey side, but if you split the cost with someone, it's well worth it. So that hotel across the river over there is the very famous Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. You might have seen it in photos. It's very popular, and we're here at Surprise Corner, which is just about a 5 to 10 minute walk from outside of town. It's a very nice place to come and relax in between your big day hikes or adventures. After talking to a local, I decided to do a hike last minute that you can start in downtown Banff. We got just a little over an hour until sunset, so let's get hiking. Alright, so I made it to the top of Tunnel Mountain. Down there is the small, beautiful mountain town of Banff. And it didn't take any more than an hour to climb up here, and you get gorgeous views of the valley. highly recommend Tunnel Mountain when you're visiting Banff. Not only for this view, but for the view on the other side of the mountain as well. So I just found out that it's elk breeding season here in Banff. So you keep hearing like, just like that one, you hear elk howling and it just carries throughout the whole valley. Day 3 started off with a trip to Lake Louise and hiking the Big Beehive Trail. Good morning guys, day 3 and we're hiking up to Big Beehive just above Lake Louise. And it's raining, but still such a gorgeous hike. Okay guys, so we made it to the top of the Big Beehive and the snow is coming down. And we're looking down right now at Lake Louise. Its turquoise blue waters is just absolutely beautiful. It's even starting to stick to the ground a bit. So I was just at Mirror Lake, right down there. And now we're way up here. And Lake Louise right there is just absolutely gorgeous. And now it's time to head all the way back down there to where the bus stop is. Alright, so I'm keeping the Canadian meal tradition going here. And I got poutine. There goes the napkins. For such a small town, Banff has an amazing food scene. Grizzly House has got you on the fondue, Cows for ice cream, Wildflower for baked goods, St. James Gate for pub food, and the Circle K for to-go wraps. Day 4 and my last day started off at Evelyn's Coffee World for some good coffee and a breakfast sandwich. I was then off to a local and tourist favorite, Johnson Canyon. Most visitors just check out the waterfalls, but the ink pots are worth the extra few kilometers. If I could give this place one word, it would be tranquil. So I'm just about to leave Banff, but a trip to Banff can't go without visiting the Banff Upper Hot Springs. These hot springs are Canada's highest elevated operating hot springs. After all the hiking and exploring over the last 4 days, I can't wait to just get in there and relax. It was really relaxing. They recommend not to stay in there for more than 10 minutes, and I was in there for well over an hour, but I just had some really cold camping nights. Alright guys, that was the best of Banff National Park in just 4 days. I'm about to head up, catch a pop ride back to the airport. But I highly recommend staying longer if you're in Banff. Maybe a week, get over to Jasper, the Icefields Parkway, British Columbia, go to Emerald Lake. I heard a lot about Emerald Lake. I really like doing these little adventure travel guides, so you're definitely going to see more of that coming. So like and subscribe and roam with me in the next one.